Civ series. The first episode was 1 week ago, and we played the Mayans. No reason, it's just one of my favorite civs, and I decided to start with them. However, you guys voted in that video in YouTube, or on YouTube, that you wanted next video to feature the Persians. I think that was the most voted one. I had a lot of other suggestions, and we'll get to those eventually. It's very important that you guys vote on this episode of Persians in the comments what you guys want to see for next week. So if you guys aren't familiar with the format of this video, I'm going to go ahead and do a small overview of the Civ, give you guys a brief theoretical of what you should be doing with the Civ, their strengths, their weaknesses, and what kind of maps they excel on, what kind of maps they're not so great on. And then we're going to go ahead and jump into an actual ranked game in which we will test the Civ's theory and show how the practical side of things plays in an actual game. In the middle, in the queue time, I'll be doing Q&A with the Twitch chat and asking them and answering any questions that they have about the Civ in question. In this case, it is going to be the Persians. All right, so let's hop into the technology tree and see what the Persians have to offer. All right, so let's start by talking about their civilization. It's a cavalry civilization, and it starts with 50 wood and 50 food. The next point here is that town centers and docks have 2 times hit points, and they work 5% faster per age, starting in the Dark Age and ending with 20% in the Imperial Age. So right off the bat, they have a strong economy. Town centers working faster means that they'll be producing villagers faster. Docks working faster means that they'll be producing fishing ships faster, as well as other warships as well. So the dock is extra good there. Also, when you're advancing age between feudal and castle age, you will benefit from the town center working faster. So the town center will give you an eco lead and let you advance to the next age even quicker than a generic civilization. The unique unit is the War Elephant, which is more of a meme than a strong unit. However, in the late game, it can pack a really good punch, especially if you combo it with an anti-halb unit, which we'll get into right here, with the unique tech Cavalry, making their archer line cost no gold and instead costing some additional wood. So this is great for their crossbow in the late game, which acts as an anti-halb for either their War Elephant or their Paladin. Their next unique tech is the Mahouts, which gives their War Elephants plus 30% speed. Not the most interesting, but it's there for sure. And then the team bonus is Knights plus 2 attack versus archers. This is actually quite strong. However, since we know that Knight armor is more important than attack versus archers, it's maybe not the strongest bonus. However, it does play a big role, especially in team games where you always have Knights and archers on the field. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at some of their options here. So they have more or less of a bad archery range, although they have a lot of the techs on paper down with thumb ring, crossbow, only missing arbalest. However, the reason I say they have a bad archery range is because they are missing bracer in the blacksmith, as we'll get to later. However, they do have the Cavalry, which makes their crossbow pretty much a trash unit, so it costs no gold in the late game. Their archery range is more or less flexible with the introduction of this new technology. Their barracks is abysmal. However, they do get halberdier, which is all they really need. Let's be honest, in most situations, they don't really get two-handed swordsman, and that's the only civ that lacks that upgrade. Their cavalry, this is the best point of the civ, in my opinion. Getting access to a pretty much complete stable, except the battle elephant and the step lancer. So not much to say there, very flexible. Their siege is quite strong. Onager is a decent option, but I believe you don't get siege engineers. We'll test my knowledge after and see if I'm right. So siege ram is usually their siege unit of choice. However, they have quite a lot of options with heavy scorpion coming in there, and then the bomber cannon isn't too bad as well. Quite nice in certain situations. As far as their blacksmith goes, missing only bracer, as I said before. However, the rest is fully available to them. So as far as cavalry fully upgraded, halberdier will be fully upgraded, and even their crossbow will be fully upgraded minus that bracer. And of course, they get siege towers. Yes, someone in the chat saying that. Their navy is actually quite strong. However, again, missing bracer and missing shipwright make them not the best late game navy civ. However, remember their bonus of their docks working 2 times faster actually makes their early game navy very strong. And we'll take a look at what maps they're strong at when we talk about the map section. University, I was indeed correct. They are missing siege engineers, which makes their siege ram just more of a viable option over the onager. Not much to say here. I'm going to quickly scroll through and show you guys what techs they have available to them. Castle Age is pretty standard. Monks, not the best, not the most important thing either. And then as far as eco in the late game, they are pretty stacked. So I know I gave a lot of information there. Let's go ahead and quickly recap and see exactly what the strong points of Persians are. So Persians, I think of them as a strong economy civilization. They have really fast working town centers. They have great eco bonuses or eco upgrades in the late game, and they can get up to a really good fish boom because their docks also work faster. Their TCs have double the HP, which makes you a little bit stronger against those castle age pushes with the mangonel. So a really strong economy civilization with great cavalry and the crossbow upgrade in the late game to act as an anti-halb unit. So I'm thinking here the best use of Persians is most likely to play with a lot of cavalry units in the feudal and castle age, and then go up to as many town centers as possible. However, there is one downside to faster producing villagers in that you're investing a lot more resources into making those villagers, or else you have an idle TC, which is never ideal. So based on this, you're maybe not going to have as much resources to invest into the army. So the kind of like fast castle builds with Persians might not be the best way to play their civ, because then you'll be investing all your resources into the economy and won't have any units to defend yourself. So I think it's better to, and fast castle, same thing with fast imp. You don't want to go fast imp with them. So it's better to play each age and give it its own respect and play with a lot of units starting from the feudal age all the way up to the imperial age, where we want to end up with some sort of cavalry plus archer late game composition. I talked about their ability to actually dominate the early game water, and that works on maps like Mediterranean. So let's see what kind of maps we're going to play and what we'll ban from the map pool. So Arabia, it works good. It's a map where you can boom on and play with a lot of cavalry units, so we'll keep that. Mediterranean, it's an early water map, and they have a good economy, so this is going to be great. Arena, they can boom very nicely, so why not play them on Arena as well? Nomad, they're one of the best civs on Nomad, if not the best. Acropolis, well, Acropolis, they're not too bad. Lacking Bracer kind of hurts them, so maybe we'll ban Acropolis, although they can be easily playable there as well. Hideouts, boom map, we'll play it. Mega Random, too random for my liking, let's take it off. Golden Swamp, it's a hybrid map, so we'll play Persians there as well. And Four Lakes, Persians are great there because there's a hybrid map. So as you can see, very flexible, and can pretty much play any situation with their good economy. So let's go ahead and find a match and see what Persians are up to in practice and not just in theory here. Okay, so chat, we are going to have a Q&A now. I see a lot of you guys want me to play now and stop talking. Okay, any questions you guys have about Persians, please ask them now and I'll answer them. YouTube guys, you're a lot more kind than my Twitch audience, it seems. Yeah, I mentioned that TCs have double the HP. When should we go for a TC drop? Yes, Persians can do a TC drop. It's more of a fun strategy. It could work in team games. However, it's usually a losing strategy in 1v1. Highly recommend against it. Why are elephants a meme? They're simply too expensive and too slow moving in most situations. Are Persians okay on Acropolis? Yes, they're fine. I just think that they have better maps to play. What civs counter Persians? I think a lot of civs that can field halberdier early and still have a good economy with maybe an archer unit behind it can do really well against Persians. So something like Mayans or Ethiopians. Why is Persian not having Bracer such a big deal? Well, Bracer is one of the best late game techs because it makes your skirmisher and archers just way stronger. Because remember, that extra range and damage plays a huge role. It also makes them better. It also makes their defensive structures better in their castle, and Bracer is too important in late game. Do you think Dark Age bonus plus more wood make them broken, or are these bonuses balanced? I think that Persians are a little bit too strong right now. I'm not sure if they're completely broken though. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and pick Persians. Let's do one more question, guys. Alphabet skills, come on. One more questions. Looking for a Persian question here. I'm not finding it though. Alright, we're gonna ready up. That's it. So no more questions. The chat will go away as well, and I will focus on 100% educational commentary on Four Lakes was the map. So we'll start off doing our standard two house build. Gonna make sure everything's correct. All good. All right. So Four Lakes, otherwise known as Cross, has a pretty big lake in each corner, and these lakes have tons of fish. And of course, you want to contest your opponent's lake while keeping yours as safe as possible. Now, we talked about why Persians are good here. Remember, their docks work faster and their TC works faster, so we'll get access to a lot of good bonuses for this map. However, our opponent MBL is playing as the Malay for this one. And Malay get off to really good starts here as well. And remember when I said that Persian's weakness are the civs that can go with fast halbs and combo it with an arch unit behind. In this case, Malay can do arbalest and halbs very effectively. So Malay are very dangerous on this map, more and also because they get the infinite fish traps and the cheaper fish traps, they're just really strong in the water. However, I do think that Persians can probably have a better castle age here, so I'm going to try and play to that strength. Because remember, all my TCs working faster, quite a big bonus. Alright, all my TCs and docks, so I have to make a lot of docks or a lot of TCs or a bit of both, we'll see. But I have to go with a lot of economy to win this game. I'm noticing right off the bat that I've got 2 stones forward and a gold forward. Now, Persians is not the most gold reliant civ. However, you need gold in the early game with any civ to get by, so this could be a little bit rough for me. Alright. So just scouting around. My plan is to go 4 on wood and then make a dock after learning my first boar. Let's go ahead and send my 5th one there now. Got my boar, and then the one after that, we'll make a house, then a dock. So this is my lake. Usually it's going to be very hard for him to get a dock there, although he might try and sneak villas around to get a dock in there. It's like a high risk, high reward kind of situation. I will make sure to just scout and look out for that. Okay, learn this board properly here. So I have 5 on wood. This is the about the right build here. And let's go ahead and make my dock in the lake. And the rest will go to food. So now my next step is just to try and get to fuel age as fast as possible. Now, Persians and Malay share a similar characteristic in that we both go up to the ages faster. Malay have the bonus specifically to the ages, and Persians have the bonus to make their TCs work faster, thus making them advance to the next age even quicker. So we'll both be going up relatively fast in comparison to generic civs. Okay. It's already walling up. We can actually stop this. We have our scout in position here, and maybe we'll not stop it completely, but we'll at least delay it. And he's probably going to run back to his town center here. So he's walling up early. What does that tell me? It tells me he wants to secure his main gold, which is on the front. Got a boar there as well. So he might try and give up a lot of the lakes here on the sides. Gonna just find his dock. Yeah, there it is. Confirm that he is indeed docking, but on this map it's very, very standard to dock, so I'm not even the slightest surprise there. And I'll do, I think, 2 more villas and then I'll click up. I should be doing my fishing ships as well. So again, fishing ships work, or the dock working faster, TC working faster. I have some small advantages already with my civ. So I'm looking to be in a decent position right off the bat here. I get loom. Free to use a lot of sheep here to just to get up to the next stage. Gonna quickly revisit this wall area. I see 2 gold. This is gonna be an area to contest, I think. And let's click up to the next stage. ASAP. There it is. Cool. Upon reaching the next stage, or upon clicking to the next stage, we want to transition villas onto wood, because it's all about fishing ships gathering the food, and the villagers gathering the wood to support the fishing ships. My map is quite bad. It's very open. I've got kind of bad lakes, and now I should start branching out to other lakes. So I'm gonna send 1 vill over to this corner to try and dock that lake, but we'll see what I'm able to do. I'm not sure where my opponent's up to yet. Normally I like to wall up on cross, but this map is very difficult to wall up, so I'm not exactly sure what I can go for here. House, but it's no big deal. It's just my dock. Okay. Go ahead and get a dock in this corner. Yeah, I brought my scout just to deal with any wolves. I'll go on this side of it though. Actually, that wolf is important to Palace side, just in case he sends a bill later. I can see if the wolf moves or not. Okay, so now let's send my scout all the way back here, or to his base first. A second dock, and notice I'm not going to be too quick to actually add anything on the land. The important thing is to get control of the lakes first, and then just make sure you didn't dock my lake. Very important to repeatedly scout for that, because if he docks my lake and I'm not aware of that, I will be in a really bad position. Alright, so I'm faster up than him. Looks like he's got some sort of walls down as well. That guy's still there. He's got some sort of walls here. Do I want to go scouts based on these walls? I'm chilling though. That's my scouts. Oh. Get a barracks down now, perhaps. Got the gold there on the front. I can potentially pressure that. Seems like he will try to go for some sort of faster gas lake, perhaps? Getting out the gold now. Still not taking any gold. I think he will have something there. Let's take some gold. He might have a dock in that corner. And I will have to fight with fire ships. They only got 1 on gold. This is a very weird build. Aha! There it is. That's where he wants to dock. I'll immediately send my scout there. And I'll look for any dock there as well. Looks like no dock on this side. Get a stable down just because why not? And he actually took that wolf aggro, which is fine. I'll get my dock up now. I'll bring my scout in to play. Alright, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna keep my scout around. He knows I'm here. And I'll send my next scouts as well, also to the same area. Notice I'm not trying to go fast castle. I'm playing in each age like we talked about. I'm making the scouts, I'm making the cavalry. He's bringing a spearman here now. And let's make a fire galley here just to patrol. It looks like he already had a dock up. So this ville now has to run. Oh, I just barely lost him. Okay, that's fine. I want to get his... Nice walls from him. Okay, berries are getting very messy here. Patrol you there. I'll actually invest another ville on this side. And now a lot on gold. I don't need that fishing ship, there's already a lot in there. I might invest a second ville to fight even more there. And I should probably get a blacksmith to be able to click up now soon as well. Cool. Again, no farms on this map. No farms. We're making pure use of the Persian docks here. Remember, they have higher HP, so they're not easy to kill either. That wolf? There's a wolf here, and it disappeared. So he's got a ville here. He lost the ville there because of the wolf. Nice. That's my boy. Now I'm sneaking there as well. He's got some spears in play, but I'll be looking to click up soon. And there it is. There's the click. And my map is quite bad. Normally I want a wall, so don't take this as an example. Normally you want a wall, but in this case I cannot wall. And I'm gonna look to play 2 stable aggression on the land. Remember when I said that you don't want to rush your ages? You want to play in each age as much as possible. Okay, that tells me he's got a ville around there. Okay, this ville can go back. Actually, let's just make some houses here. That tells me he has ville. Yes, there's the ville. And I can stop the dock from going up. Amazing. And that's just because I had the sight of the wolves. The wolves helped me tons right there. Cool. Get my upgrades here. Double check on my economy. Make sure everything's working fine. Keep an eye on the lakes. You could redo a lumber camp here. And now I'll be ready to actually take him out here. I should be kind of patient though, I think. Let's be patient. Let's just make more scouts, and I have my upgrades now, so I could actually test him quite a lot there. He's not walled up. Walls now from him. Nice quick walls. Nice. Survives that. He prevents me from actually walling up there. Smart. I'll get this upgrade here. And now I'll send a forwardville. Why? Because I'm trying to make use of the castle age. Again, it's just about fighting as much as possible in each castle, in each age. And I'm going to be teasing everywhere, docking everywhere, and fighting as much as possible. I don't want any fast imp to be on the cards here. I want to play each age to its full potential. I want to see knights, mangonels, a lot of town centers. That's the Persian strength. It's not small boom into fast arbalest. It really is, oh, there's a hole there, to play each age with its own respect. So let's start killing that. It's got a hole there. Sorry if the gameplay is a little bit fast, a little bit hard to follow, but obviously there's a lot going on here. So again, send the knights back here. I'm going to try and wall up, most likely. I'm going to send a forward mangonel, of course. Well. And all the while, also fighting on the water. Very important to keep track of everything here. You know what? I can probably start taking this gold as well. No farmers. No need for farmers. And sooner get gill nuts, I think. I'm just gonna get a scorpion because I want a range unit to hit this gold. Monastery would be amazing. Scorpion just to hit the gold. And there's a GG. A nice quick win with the Persians. And I basically just used everything they had in theory, right? So if we quickly recap, the points I said they're strong on. They're strong on playing land and water at the same time. Hybrid maps in the early game. This is the early game. I'm playing water and I'm playing land. I'm playing with cavalry units. One of their strengths, of course, as you know, we talked about strength throughout the game, is to play with cavalry from feudal and castle age, and then eventually cavalry and imperial age with the crossbow behind it. And I played each age with its own respect. I didn't try and rush it. I played dock here, and 2 docks here with scouts, and all the while pressuring my opponent wherever I possibly can. Then came Castle Age, and I went immediately for the forward siege to play with as many Castle Age units as possible. I'm not trying to rush to Imperial Age. I'm trying to play each age, like I said, with its own respect. Was also booming on 2 town centers, and eventually would have afforded a third and got it somewhere here, or maybe on another gold, maybe here in the corner. But as you can see, pretty textbook game here with the Persians. Very strong with this kind of, you know, hybrid map play with the cavalry. And, you know, Malay is not a bad civ on this map as well. Probably one of the better ones. But he simply had a terrible map, and that lent itself well to the more aggressive civ, which in this case is Persians. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, be sure to comment down below on YouTube which video or which civ you guys want me to do in the next video, which will be in a week's time. And hopefully you guys learned something with this So You Want to Play series. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week with the next civ that you guys vote for. Take care, and bye for now. Quickly go through the achievements here. Yeah, KD is definitely a favorite for me. Uptime's very similar, but me, a minute faster. And then just more vills because of the Persian bonus in the end. This is vills, I believe, plus fishing ships. Take a look at the timeline. It's just a slow decline to his eventual loss because of the Persians town center giving us more of a vill lead, and then me making use of the mobile units. That's gonna be it for this episode. Take care, guys. Okay, Twitch